Gurumaa, why is it that sex is always being used like the ultimate power?
See, when male uses the sex, that is the best way to hurt somebody, not in the body but in the mind. Have you ever talked to a woman who has been raped? She loses her dignity. She loses her self-respect. She feels dirty. She can't live her life as normally as she would like to, and she has to struggle sometimes for years and years, and sometimes she can't even then trust any male. This means you are hurting a woman not only in her body, but you are violating her mind. It is easy to provide medical aid to an injured body, but it's so difficult to heal a person who has been injured in mind. So sex isn't just about violating the physical body. It is more to do to injure the spirit of that person, the liveliness of the person, the trust, the faith which this woman would lose for any other human being, and getting scared out of every loud noise or dark corners or dark alleys, and not being able to go out, and sometimes not being able to work. And then when she knows that her predator, the attacker, is roaming about free in the society, it's more traumatic to her. So it is not just the body, again it is the mind. So sex is I would say, used in a very thoughtful way by that person. Because if you cut somebody with a knife, well, you get a stitch, you get a bandage. You broke somebody's bone, the bone will join back in 3 months. But you break somebody's mind, the person will be limping whole life. Women and men are different biologically. Their bodies are different. So a male body can be very aggressive, can be more in command in one way, but a woman's body is more vulnerable. The woman's body is more, I would say, she lacks this one position where she cannot fight her own oppressor. She can be overpowered, and then whether she wishes or she doesn't wish, it doesn't matter at all, because her body anatomy is such that it can be easily used by a male. So irrespective of whether she wants it or she doesn't want it. But the mindset, apart from the body, the mindset of women has been submissive, and it is a naturally very good thing in a one way, because she's more giving and more caring and more nurturing. So this is how the nature has designed, and with all the estrogen hormones in her body, it makes her more round, makes her more soft, makes her more sensitive, makes her more motherly. She can nurture well. Now, these very good qualities of her are sometimes used in the other way, because she can nurture, so she has to nurture. Because she can take care, now this is your duty that you have to take care. Because she can provide sex, now you have to provide sex. Now because you can give birth to a child, now you have to give birth to a child. And then that child also should be of our choice, boy or a girl. And if it will be a girl, we reject it, and we'll make you go into abortions. We will make you go into surgical abortions, sometimes herbal abortions, and on the top she can be easily mentally traumatized for giving a girl child or producing a girl child every time, right? So she can be easily accused as if she is the reason to choose which sex her baby would have, whereas medically it is the father's spermatozoa who is the deciding factor whether the impregnated ovum would be a girl or a boy. It is not the mother, it is the actually father's spermatozoa which decides, right? But yet she is accused and she has to do certain services because that has been always expected by her. And woman is subjugated, has no opinion, or is just to simply follow whatever has been decided by somebody else. So there is actually no freedom. When a girl should get married, this is decision made by father, not by the daughter. And with whom she will get married, again it will be decided by the parents. When I am saying parents, actually it is the father. No, not the mother. Again I am saying there would be definitely some exceptions, some home, some household where things are changing, people are becoming aware, and even in that household the man is very aware and giving, and the wife is very intelligent. I am not talking about those families, and I really hope to see all families turning into this kind of families. But if I move from a family to a group, to a state, to a country, this is what the norm is.
But how can we break that norm?
That can only be broken when more and more girls realize what their mettle is, what their worth is. And that can happen by two things. One is by education. And the education will provide them a better jobs, but you can be educated and have a better job and still get beaten up by your husband. So that's not enough. So education, job, money is one factor, but the second factor is her choice to live with dignity, and her choice not to take any nonsense, and her choice to rebel, and her choice to fight, and her choice to live alone if it requires that, then I'm fine because I am a goddess and I have enough beauty, love and happiness in me, and I don't give a damn about what the others would say or think, and I know I can generate my security, and I know I can generate my happiness, and that too in abundance. It's a power game, and it's actually a mind game. A girl right from day one is told, you are weak, you are a girl. Girl means being weak. So if you're a girl, you are weak. Now rest, we don't need to fill in the blanks. She will do it herself because she has been told, she has been conditioned, she has been educated in that way. You are weak. Because physically she can be violated easily, she can be raped easily, she can be sexually used easily. Physically her physique is weak in comparison to a male body. So this is the case which has happened, that girls are made to believe that you are weaker. And whether it's American society or whether it's an English society, whether it's an Indian society, if you see the way the teachers or the elders deal with the girl, the moment they see a girl, they'll be little coyish, or maybe little more kind, or maybe gentler, or give her that job which isn't going to hurt her or should be easy. If it's a boy, okay, give him something hard, he can do it because he's a boy. And boys don't cry, and boys are always brave, and girls always cry. So these are, certain intonation which we have prescribed, and society thinks this is how a girl would behave and this is how a boy would behave. So if you see the public sector, if you see the private sector, this ideology is somehow being practiced, and in certain cases, just to prove her mettle, then some women choose not to get married, or not to have a child, so that she can compete well and she can perform 2 times better than the male colleague, so that nobody says to her that you are weak. And now she is spoiling her family life and her personal life in order to climb the stairs of heights in her profession.
So basically she is the slave of the system
She
then.
is the slave of the system. But the only difference is now she wears a skirt and not a gungat, not a veil. She's not wearing a veil, but she's actually still veiled because she thinks that she needs to compete. And I think that a society where a woman is not allowed to function like a woman is a sick society. It's not a healthy society.